Good day, beautiful, bountiful, beloved, immortal beings, and good-looking people. Maybe you're good-looking. It's always looking for and finding the good. That's the definition of a good-looking person, right? Always looking for and finding the good in life. You found good in abundance because you conscientiously tuned into Ion Las Vegas with your humble host, Barry Shore, the ambassador of joy. Now, notice I didn't say the ambassador of joy. The ambassador of joy. And, this show is about one of the most interesting places on the planet. I live here in Henderson, Nevada, which is right part of Las Vegas. And whenever I mention these two words, Las Vegas, people always lean in, open up their eyes and ears. They tell me more. And I speak to millions and millions of people around the world every month. They say, tell me more about Las Vegas. That's why we created this show. And it's a show about electricity and energy and doing and moving and shifting. And you're going to meet really a big shifter, right, in just a couple of minutes. I want to tell you one thing, maybe two things about Las Vegas, because people just find this place fascinating because it is. Let me tell you something. If you take the entire population of New York City and all the people around it, the entire population of Chicago and all of the people around it, the entire population of Los Angeles and all the people around it, and you add in the entire population of the state of Florida, it doesn't equal the number of people that come to Las Vegas in a year. 41 plus million people come here. Why? Sex, gambling, okay, yeah, it's electric, it's entertainment, it's the capital of entertainment of the world, and it's just filled with so much joy and happiness and peace and love. And you're about to meet a wonderful, amazing being who's really going to shift your world because she has made a difference in her life, and she's going to do it for a lot of other people. So without further ado, please welcome amazing, wonderful, fabulous Zoe. Zoe, please. 517,613 people around the world.
Amazing.
So those of you who are watching, you get to see this remarkably beautiful, bountiful, beneficent face that's shining forth. And I'm going to tell you, if I start telling you all the things that she's accomplished in her short life, it would take the rest of the show. I'm giving you 3 data points. In the year 2012, which is now 14 years ago, she made a conscious decision to shed unwanted weight. And we're talking about 150 pounds. That's one. Number 2, not only did she shed them, kept them off, she became a certified trainer to be able to help other people. That's why I love Zoe. She's here to help. Didn't just her, she's here to help others. We'll talk about the app that she and her husband have created to help millions of people. And the third thing is that she's a mother and a husband. She has 4 kids. So she's not just busy, she's the essence of busy. So thank you, Zoe, for being with us today. Let's just jump right in and talk about your journey. So first of all, the word joy, Zoe, 3 letters, Z-O-E, joy, 3 letters, J-O-Y. Joy stands for Journey of You. For everybody. So let's talk about your journey, Zoe. I mean, let's be blunt. Weight loss. I avoid the term loss. I like the idea of making a conscious decision to shed pounds. But let's be blunt. It's transformational.
Oh, very. Yeah. Life-changing.
Right. So I want you to take us through the journey. What was it like to be very heavy?
It was at the time it became very normal. So I didn't really have full awareness of how uncomfortable I was until I started to get healthy. But now looking back, I felt very heavy and sluggish and lifeless, even just dull, gray, just I don't know. And I thought that was normal. I just thought that was how I was supposed to feel. Lazy, definitely lazy.
Oh, so this is fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll ask a very personal question. If you don't want to answer, say it. What was your weight at the time when you became aware and said, I don't want to do this anymore? What was your total weight?
At my heaviest, I was 275 pounds.
So I'll be blunt. 275 pounds is two human beings.
Yeah, and I'm very short. I'm 5'2", so it was a lot.
So it was two human beings carrying around a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Not only that, 4 kids, husband.
2 at the time.
Oh,
2 kids. I've had 2 since then, but
that's right. There was 2 kids at the time.
Right.
Husband, getting up out of bed, going to sleep, doing things and recognizing, wait a minute, sluggish, lazy, and I'm going to make the bold statement. At some point, you said it, become fully aware. Now, was that through somebody else or yourself?
What made me aware of it was, so the weight gain stems from a binge eating disorder. I have an eating disorder where I eat huge amounts of food until I feel sick. And it's a habitual thing that I've had my whole entire life, very much like an addiction. And so when the kids were little, the 2 oldest, I was a stay-at-home mom. They weren't in school yet. And so a lot of my day revolved around eating. And so I would wake up, I'd go drop Brad off at work, then I'd go to Tim Hortons, and then I'd go to another fast food place, and then I'd come home and eat something else, and then maybe I'd order a pizza. It was just all day.
Wait a minute. I need to unpack this because you're talking, remember, we have a worldwide audience.
Right.
And there is lots of people outside the United States, certainly, who find it even difficult to make sure they have enough food all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And we're dealing now with the opposite, complete opposite of not only do I see food, and by definition I eat it, is that you sought it out. It was your mindset. You're driven by wanting to consume food. And by the way, let's be blunt, not carrots, not kale.
No, it's not even food that I enjoy necessarily. It's not, I would prefer healthy food. I enjoy healthy food. And it has nothing to do with hunger. It's more of an emotional stress response type thing.
Okay, which by the way is, in quotation marks, the common process. People find the difficulty of dealing with stress and use food as a mechanism to reduce stress, as opposed to becoming aware, and now you are as a trainer, using physical exercise, awareness of food, meditation, breathing, et cetera, et cetera. In other words, healthy processes. So let's talk
and also like not just stress, but excitement and celebrations.
Oh, very good.
All centered around food. Hanging out with friends. What are we going to do together? We're going to eat. So many people are addicted to food and don't even know it. And it's so normal and so common that it's realizing this and then changing it becomes very difficult because everyone around you is probably also addicted to food.
Okay,
so
again, Zoe, this is called Eye on Las Vegas. Zoe lives in a wonderful, almost paradisical place called Prince Edward Island. Yes. As distant from Las Vegas geographically as you can get. And yet, what she's talking about is the human condition. So there's a thing that's called, I know I've seen it with kids and especially, but adults participate also, pizza parties. I mean,
it's very difficult to eat healthy today.
Okay, now let's talk about this decision. When you made the decision, did that enable your body to say, okay, I'll go along with you, or was it a battle?
At first it was a battle because what was happening was my son was at the age where he was now eating solid food. So at first, like when he's a baby and I'm eating whatever I want, I'm not sharing it with him because he's a baby, right? But when he got old enough to want some, then I very much saw that I'm now passing on these habits. And that made me like, oh no, like I have to do something because now I'm going to make him do this, right? So I knew I had to change something, but I didn't know how to do it. So I tried some different things. I tried the Atkins diet. I tried Weight Watchers. I tried starving myself. I tried so many different things, and I just had no idea what to do, and no one around me really knew what to do. I was getting all kinds of bad advice. And then I went to a store and I just happened to see this book called The Eat Clean Diet.
Again, the name of the book is
The Eat Clean Diet.
Eat Clean Diet.
Right. And it was basically it was by this woman named Tosca Reno. She and her husband were the owners of Oxygen magazine. I don't know if you remember that. It was like, it doesn't exist anymore. But she went from being very obese to being a competitive athlete.
Wait a minute. I want everybody to hear what she just said. Husband and wife, she went from being obese, and I would call obese anything over 250 pounds.
Yeah.
This woman maybe even more. The point is she went from that to competitive athlete.
Right.
And the process of her doing that was eat clean diet without destroying her mind.
Right. And the whole concept was it opened my eyes to how to know if food's healthy. And it just basically talked about like clean food being natural food, unprocessed food. So the whole idea was to look for unprocessed food. So I started doing that, and that kind of is what kicked everything off. And when I had this realization that the only difference between her and me was habits, that she just changed her habits, and that's what happened.
Okay, so I'm privileged to speak to millions of people around the world every month.
Mm-hmm.
I have the I in Las Vegas podcast, Joy of Living, Marriage with Joy, and 500 plus thousand people listening. And I'm get lots of text, emails, all kinds of posts and such. People ask me, are habits good or bad? And the answer is yes. In other words, Zoe just gave us, in the first few minutes, bad habits.
Right.
And by the way, bad habits often are accompanied by being unaware.
Yeah, they're automatic.
Like you said,
makes it a habit.
Automatic, bad advice, friends do it. In other words, everything in the world of bad habits.
Mm-hmm.
And good habits tend to be loners until you adopt them and they become your best friend. And then see, there's a wonderful work called, I use it, it's called Life is a 3D Adventure, right? We live in a three-dimensional world. Am I correct?
Yep.
So the 3 Ds are decision, discipline, determination.
Mm-hmm.
So you made a decision.
Right.
By the way, the decision to buy the book was a decision.
Right.
Okay, because you said, you really were saying, I want to do something.
Mm-hmm.
What to do? Okay, fine, you bought the book, made the decision. The discipline, people think it's on your back. You better, beat you up. And really, it's a good habit, as you just said. And it's your best friend. It's right next to you. It's always saying, hey, Zoe, I love you.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, we can do this. This is great. Am I right?
Yep, very much.
And when you get that good habit, all of a sudden carrots look wonderful.
Yes.
Yep. And
when I started, I had never eaten healthy food at all. I didn't know how to cook. I didn't even know what half of the healthy foods were, where to find them.
Okay. We're going to go to a break. We have sponsors that love our show. We wouldn't have them on if we didn't think they're worth your time. We're going to be right back with more Zoe because this is compelling. So don't go away. Right back.
Okay.
Hey, quick pause. If something you just heard made you stop and think, don't let that moment pass. Because that shift, that awareness, is the doorway to real joy. Barry Shore has put together a free ebook with simple, powerful strategies to help you live in joy every day. Go to barryshore.com and download your free copy now, because one small shift can change everything.
Good day. beautiful, bountiful, beloved immortal beings, and good-looking people. Maybe you're good-looking, so I was looking for and finding the good. We found good in abundance. Our cup runneth over with good. Her name is Zoe, and she went from fat, obese, bad habit, raising her kids with bad habits, to becoming a loving, giving mom who's a trainer, who's helping others, who's able to give good advice because she adopted good habits, and she shed 150 pounds. You know what that means? It's like carrying on your back a backpack with rocks in it, and you're carrying it around all day, and it's not the way to live, right, Zoe?
Right.
So now you are the essence of Fitly. We'll talk about that in just a moment. Let's go right to the point we were just on before we went to the break. Adopting a good habit.
Mm-hmm.
Is that easy?
No, it was very hard, especially because I didn't know what habits I was supposed to adopt. So right from the start, my goal was that I want to become a competitive athlete. So I read this book and I was like, oh, I want to do a bodybuilding show. And that was my goal from day one. So I didn't have any idea what that entailed. And what I did was I went to a gym, like my local gym, and I went up to the counter and I was like, hi, I want to compete in a bodybuilding show.
Wait a minute, I want to put it in perspective. And I'm not accusing, I'm just saying, here comes this 270-pound
Right.
fat woman coming up to the counter in a gym where people are working out all the time, saying, well, I want to compete. I mean, is this, and the person behind the counter said, wait a minute.
She's like, okay,
is this a comedy show?
And she was kind of like, okay, and I'm like, so I'm looking for a trainer to train me. And she was like, oh, okay. So she set me up with one of the trainers that worked at the gym. And I immediately was like, I want to compete. I want you to give me the hardest plan, the hardest diet. And he was like, oh no, honey, like you start with 10 minutes on the treadmill and
we'll see.
So
we'll see if you can live.
I got rid of him because he didn't get it.
Okay, this is critical, by the way, what you're saying.
I was like, I have a goal. You don't get it. I'm going to find someone else who gets it.
So this is, I want to repeat it again for the world.
Right.
Life is 3D. The first D was decision. She got the book. The part of the decision is she had a goal. When you have a goal, there's 3 levels of goal. One is to have one, to articulate it, maybe write it down. Now you have a goal. What Zoe did is we went to the next level, which allowed her to succeed. That's when the goal has you.
Right. I had to break it down into steps and figure out
what. You can't have a trainer or a husband or a partner or anybody around you that doesn't not just share the goal, but enhances you. Right. Yay, Z, let's go, Zoe, yay, ho, ah. Am I right?
Yes.
Oh, this is so energizing for people out there because they're looking or they're listening to somebody who has been through stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So what did it feel like in the first 10 minutes on the treadmill?
Well, after I got rid of him, for a while, I was just doing my own thing at home. And what I started doing was just running on the treadmill as fast as I could. And I would throw up after like 15 minutes. And then I would just get back on. So I started running for an hour and I was really sick. I've made myself sick, but I started losing weight so quickly and I was so motivated and so excited and I was ready to find another trainer. So I did find another one who also had lost a significant amount of weight and competed. So I knew she had some experience with that. And I started with her.
So this people love listening to this show because, again, it's all about energy, excitement, enthusiasm.
Right.
And the beauty of what Zoe is sharing with us is this ability to have the goal, to move forward and not give up. 15
Right.
minutes, throw up, back on.
Yeah.
And you discipline is at your side. And if you have look, you had a vision in front of you, you had another person, another woman who had significant issues with weight. And
Right.
this show is not just about information, which a lot of it is going to be here. Everything you want to know about Zoe's in the show notes. We're going to talk about the app Fitly in just a moment and such. And it's really not even about inspiration, even though it is inspirational. Very nice. Thank you, Zoe. We love it. This show is the T word, transformation. Right? This is really about transforming your being. It's physical, mental, and spiritual. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah. Very much so. Yeah. I would say I feel like a different person.
Well, you are, because remember, I said it. You were two people.
Yeah.
It was
even my mindset, like everything is different about how I think and my worldview and what I think I can and can't do. And it's just completely changed everything.
So let's talk about what I call ooh la la. Ooh stands for overcoming obstacles. So you have an obstacle. The obstacle is I'm two people. I want one of them go away. This 150-pound, 5'2" other being, get out of here.
Right.
I've had you around for what, 20 years, 25 years, whatever the number was, and it's time for you to leave. And the way we're going to do that is work out, but not just physical workout. What's the mental process?
Right. Yeah, it was, there was a lot of obstacles, but I just had this determination. It was like, there was no way I wasn't going to do it. And I think that I don't think I had ever had that level of like wanting to do something. And I kind of realized that like, if you want to do something, you have to like, has to be urgent. It has to be like a priority, right? You have to make it a priority. So that's what it was. And I think that in itself was a huge mind shift, just to be able to set a goal, make it a priority, and do something every day towards that goal. And then obstacles and setbacks, like I had a lot of setbacks. Before I lost that 150 pounds, I had lost 120 pounds and I gained it all back.
By the way,
so I've actually lost 100. I've lost 100 pounds a few times. And that 150-pound loss was the most dramatic. It happened really quickly. It happened in 9 months. And then I had like extra skin and I had surgery to remove it and everything. It was a really big deal. But before that, I lost 120 pounds and it was kind of a big deal because I was in the local paper about it. So everyone knew. And then I rapidly gained it back. So I was super embarrassed. I didn't want to go out in public. And now I'm island famous. Everyone knows about my weight loss. People are coming up to me asking to take pictures with me. Like, and now I've gained it all back. So then I'd see people, at the grocery store and they'd be like, you gained all your weight back. What happened? And I'd be just devastated. I didn't want to talk about it. So that was a huge setback. And that was a huge obstacle. And actually that was when I had lost, like I had gotten those trainers that I talked about. And after that, the last trainer that I had said I found, who had lost a significant amount of weight and she competed and everything, I actually moved on from her to another trainer who was like a really well-known athlete trainer. And I trained with her for the rest of the weight loss. And I felt I was ready to do a show. And close to the show, she told me that she didn't think I should compete and that she was worried about my stretch marks and extra skin. And she was basically like, you're not going to do well. And I don't think that you should compete. And I was just devastated. Devastated. And that triggered me gaining all that weight back. So I went from, I just thought like, I can't do it now. Right. I thought I came all this way and now what do I do? She was a judge too, like a judge in these competitions. So she was someone who would know what she's talking about. And so I didn't know what to do with that. And I just kind of went into hiding for a little bit and gained all my weight back. And then another local trainer who was following my story, and she also trained competitive athletes, she reached out to me and was kind of like, where'd you go? I don't see you online anymore. I've been following your story and you're gone. What happened? Are you competing? And I wrote back and told her the whole story. And she was like, don't listen to her. Oh my gosh, she's wrong. Like, don't listen to her. She's ridiculous. You totally can do it. Let's do it again. I'm going to train you. It's going to be fine. And then I started again.
Okay, so let's unpack something here. Because what you've just told me.
Mm-hmm. That's something a lot of people don't like. When I say I lost a lot of weight, it's hard to kind of explain all of that in the story, but there's so much to it.
So here's the point. Again, people around the world listening.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't lose 150 pounds. You lost maybe 400 pounds because you did it 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
And the ability to shed 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 20 pounds, that's a number. 100 pounds, 120, 100. Those are staggering numbers, why they wrote you up in the paper. And what I've learned from you today is that it really does take cooperation of other minds. Not just it's your body. It's other minds. It's the mind of the person, let's say, that's training you. It's your husband. It's your kids. It's all the people around you. And that is actually wonderful because that's what we call a mastermind. A mastermind is at least 2 or 3 people that are working together for the same goal.
Yeah.
When you have more, like in your case, because you have a husband, you have 4 kids, you have a trainer. Now, in the local paper, if they ever write anything about you again, it's, well, she did it 3 times, and now look at her, and she's still doing it. Okay, and now you're not just competing, you're training. And with your husband, what you've done is you built an app for people, because that's what people need. Let's be blunt. And it's not just the regular app of, well, do this, and this. It's the app that Zoe helped create, because it's Zoe flowing into people and saying, of course you can. Am I right on that?
Yeah, absolutely. Anyone can. And I would be the most unlikely person to have ever done this. So if I can do it, and I've seen all different kinds of people do it. I've seen older people do it, young people do it, people who are 400 pounds, people who, all kinds. It just is a matter of habits, starting, and just.
And having, I believe, a team. Let me tell you what team stands for. You ready? Together, everyone achieves miracles. Let me give you an acronym for your name, Zoe. May I do that?
Sure.
Zoe. ZOE. Zest. Opens. Enthusiasm. How do you like that?
Amazing.
So again, the app, all the information is going to be in the show notes. And I'm not minimizing it. However, if she said it, I have to listen to her because she knows what she's talking about. If she can do it, you can do it.
Mhm.
Right? If she can do it, you can do it. And once you know you can do it and you build
Yeah.
that healthy habit, because our habits, good or bad, yes, you choose. Make a decision, have the discipline and determination. And guess what? Your goal will be realized. Is that fair to say, Zoe?
Yes.
Woo! This is wonderful. Zoe, I'm actually loath to say these words, but however, I have to do it. We're coming to a close on our time together. So I have 3 quick questions for you. You ready?
Sure.
Number 1, will you come back again?
Yeah, sure.
Woo! Thank you. Number 2, Zoe Pineau, you only have 80 seconds to answer this question. What is your most fervent desire in life?
For my kids to be happy and healthy.
Did you hear that? And the way she's doing that is by being the model for happiness and health. Am I correct?
Trying.
Number 3,
Trying every day.
may I give you a hug in front of 526,913 people around the world. Let me tell you what HUG stands for. Heartfelt, unlimited giving. Are you ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Remember, you listen to Eye on Las Vegas. And this show is not about Zoe, wonderful, amazing being that she is, not even about Barry Shore, fabulous fellow. This show is about you. Y-O-U. You becoming the best you. Because when you're the best you make the world a better place. You build more bridges of harmony, create more joy, happiness, peace, and love. So a blessing from Zoe and Barry. Go forth. Live exuberantly. Spread the seeds of joy, happiness, peace, and love. Go mad. Go make a difference. Zoe, don't go away.